You don't have to eat chicken, rice, and broccoli to get the job done. Mango chili sauce? Yes, you might be pompous. One of the successful girlies that people talk shit about because they think they're doing too much. Welcome back to my channel, Stinks, and if you're new here, welcome, okay? We are a cult. Everyone else doesn't want to admit that, but they know what's up. I'm gonna give you guys some tips, all right, some fitness tips, except for they're not gonna be super fucking obvious. And when I say obvious, I'm not gonna sit here and tell you that you need to be consistent because no fucking shit. And I know you guys are tired of fucking hearing it because I'm tired of hearing it, all right? And I've been in the fitness industry for like 6 years. Now, I thought I would make this, you know, kind of cool and like split it up into 2 sections. So I'm gonna give you 5 not obvious nutrition tips, and I'm gonna give you 5 not obvious exercise tips, because I know you guys wanted to see my butt. Don't worry, I'm a people pleaser. This is for you guys. So, tip number 1. People are always telling you you need to eat healthy. Right, okay, well you don't know what to eat. Okay, oh, you don't know how many calories you're consuming. Oh, what the fuck are macros? Okay, you don't know how many calories you need to eat. You need to start with step 1. Figure that out. Now, how do you do that? I could sit here and I can give you a bullshit ass equation that's gonna give you a predicted number and you're just gonna have to use it and do math again. Hopefully you were good at it when you were in school. And if not, you're shit out of luck, buddy. Yeah, but I'm not gonna do that, okay? Because I wanna make your life as easy as possible. So, what you're gonna do is you're gonna type in to your laptop or your phone, I don't care what you're choosing, okay, what you're using to do this on, and go type in macro calorie calculator. You can go to any of the sites, any of them. A majority of them, okay, are using the same fucking equation, all right? What you're gonna do, you're gonna put in your height, your weight, your goals, your activity level, okay? And don't lie to yourself. Don't tell the calculator what you want your activity factor to be. Tell them what it is. That's gonna give the best predicted answer, okay? You're gonna go in there and you're just gonna fill that shit out. And it's gonna bump out a number to you. It's probably gonna bump out your BMR, and then it's gonna bump out what your calories need to be, whether that's your maintenance calories, your deficit calories, or your surplus calories. Okay? Now, if you want to save yourself a couple extra steps because you don't know what to do after you have found that number, let me give you some advice, okay? Download an app, okay? We're in a world of technology. You don't even need to do the laptop shit, okay? If you don't want to. If you don't know what to do with those numbers after, don't touch it. Download an app. I'm gonna show you a couple. We're gonna be scrolling right here of all the different apps you can download that's gonna spit you out a number, and they're gonna show you, hey, this is how you would log your food, and start there. I'm telling you right now, it is not enough just to say that you are eating healthy. It's not, okay? Because what the fuck does that mean? Healthy is such a subjective word, okay? Unhealthy is such a subjective word. Now, of course, there's some black and white in there, but we're not talking about those. We're talking about all of the gray that gets involved in that, all right? So what you wanna do is to come up with some baby mock meals. What the f do you like to eat, okay? It's about you. It's not about anybody else. You don't have to eat chicken, rice, and broccoli to get the job done. You can be eating healthy nutrition-wise. They have a lot of micronutrients, or, you know, there's colors and there's protein and there's all this other stuff inside of it that, you know, essentially would make it healthy. But if you don't know how much you're consuming, babe, you need to have a wake-up call, and here's me giving it to you, because you could be eating salads and just a whole bunch of bullshit that you see on the internet and still be eating in excess. Yes, it sucks. No one wants to have to track their calories, but listen, if you watched my last video, and if you haven't, I suggest you do. I have a really cool cardio talk in there. This shit isn't easy. You're gonna have to do shit that you don't want to do, and you're gonna have to make sacrifices you don't want to make. But the people who are successful in it, they've made it, and the people who aren't, which I'm sure are some of you in the screen, don't hate me, don't be mad at me. Don't be mad at me. Don't be mad at me. If you're mad at me, it's because it's resonating with you. Are the ones who aren't. And I would be for fucking damn if I'm not willing to sacrifice for the life that I want. I promise you, there is not a single piece of food out there that feels better, that tastes better than how I feel at my best. Not a single fucking food out there. Not a single one. And I'm willing to make the sacrifices. Are you? That's the question, brother. Tip number 2. All right, let's talk a little bit about hydration, okay? And I'm not referring to being extra stupid hydrated for creatine. That's a different conversation. If you guys want more info on that, just let me know. I'm willing to make you super wet. That also didn't sound right, but I don't care, okay? Because let's get back to what we're talking about, hydration. All right? Now, drinking a gallon of water for the sake of drinking a gallon of water is extremely stupid, and here's why. Now, let me also say that I got this tip from my roommate because she educated me on it. Now, I am in no way a doctor, okay, but my roommate is in medical school, which technically, very far technicality over there, that makes me a doctor, okay, by friendship law. And you can find that law in Stupid Bitch Revelations lines 1 through 3, okay? So hear me out. Your body needs to be at a balance of water and macronutrients. And if it's not balanced, babe, you're gonna have an issue, all right? And I don't want you to have any issues. And I really don't want you to have any issues because this can get really dangerous. When I'm referring to micronutrients, I'm talking about sodium, potassium, magnesium, calcium. When you're drinking like a gallon of water or an excessive amount of water a day, and you're not paying attention to the micronutrients, you could be throwing your entire system off. And I know a lot of people don't talk about them. They don't, okay? But those micronutrients, they help keep you alive. If you don't have enough of those micronutrients in your body, your heart can literally stop. That little TED Talk was given to me by Ariel because I didn't know, all right? So I'm giving a shout out to my girl. She's so smart. Now, if you're someone like me who fails to pay attention to that stuff sometimes, I would recommend taking an electrolyte drink mix. I'm taking the one from Element. This one is fucking phenomenal. The thing that I like the most about Element is that there's no sugar in it. There is no coloring, no artificial ingredients, which I feel like it's just impossible to fucking find nowadays, and at least in this country it is. The country of the USA. There's no dodgy, creepy-esque ingredients that we don't really know about. It's paleo and keto friendly if you're into that. I'm not really into that, but if you are into that, now you know. And it's vegan friendly as well. No fillers and no bullshit. We keep it a buck 100% with one another. It also contains like a science-backed electrolyte ratio. So if you don't know shit about ratios, don't worry. They got you. Another big question is, how do you lose these electrolytes, right? Okay, well, when you sweat, say you're an athlete or an animal like me, you lose up to 70% of your sodium. That's a lot. And when that sodium isn't replaced, that is what can cause those muscle cramps. Let's not forget to mention that it has a whole bunch of, you know, flavors, okay? I think it's cool. They're called like salts. Like this is orange salt, citrus salt, raspberry salt, chocolate salt, mango chili salt, lemon habanero salt. Like first off, I've never even seen a company come up with this many flavors. You know, we have chocolate salt and mango chili salt. I don't know. Feels a little inclusive to me in a good way, not in a forced way. We're not stopping there, guys, okay? You actually get a free sample pack with every order. I'm gonna link those in the description down below so you guys can hop on that. All right, now listen, if you were trying to get into the meal prepping space, all right, and you see everyone, oh yeah, like they're doing too much. They're using a scale or this and that. I'm gonna tell you why using a scale is not doing too much. Honestly, it's really fucking easy. I know a lot of people, right, don't know how to use a scale, and I'm gonna show you how to use a scale so that you can also be one of the successful girlies that people talk shit about because they think they're doing too much. Okay, you're gonna join the club. Also, if you guys are looking for a scale, I'm gonna link this one in my Amazon storefront. It's gonna be in the description box, bro. All right, so the first thing you are going to do, and you're gonna go ahead and click on. Go ahead and grab your bowl, and you're gonna click on again. That zeroes it. So now, whenever you put shit in there, it's not going to count or include the weight of the bowl. So for the sake of the video, I'm gonna use these N.E.A.T fruit snacks. It says a serving size is 1 pouch or 23 grams. First thing I'm gonna do is you're gonna click the unit button and you're gonna change it to grams. That's fluid ounces, ounces, and now we are at grams. And then let's say I want 5 servings of this. So I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 times 23, 115. Now, would you look at that? See, you guys are making things way more difficult than they need to be. You see someone pull out a scale, you think they're doing fucking calculus, and they're not, guys. If anything, it's even easier. You know, I don't need to guesstimate how much of this I'm putting in here because I just pour until it says the number and I'm like, okay, I guess that's good. Damn, that looked a little light. Maybe if I just went like an extra serving and a half, that would be delicious. But it doesn't need to be crazy and it doesn't need to be rocket science. It's super simple. And if you guys don't think I explained that well, your mom's a whore. And that's all I have to say about that. Tip number 4, throw your fucking snacks away, all right? Don't give yourself to the weekend. Throw your snacks away. The money is already gone. It's gone regardless if you eat it or not. And I know a lot of you guys are doing this because I'm super guilty of doing this. I've been doing this for like 5-6 years. Like, well, I'm just gonna start on Monday. I'm gonna eat all of my snack and then it's just gonna be a fresh start. But I feel like you guys fail to realize the money is gone. And do you really wanna eat 10,000 calories right before you're about to start your fitness journey? No, you're not gonna feel good about yourself. I'm telling you right now, get rid of them, all right? Sugar is a drug. I have 6 cavities. That might be too much information, but because of the amount of sugar that I was eating, I was a fiend about it. And I was doing the same thing where I'd be like, I'm gonna hop back on track on Monday. I'm gonna eat all this shit right now, and we're gonna be good to go. Baby, I was not okay. And you're not gonna be okay either. So just go ahead, bite the bullet, throw it away. I'll bring the trash can to you. Just throw it away. I'm helping you out in the long run, trust me. All right, fifth, number 5, and final nutrition tip of your life. If you're someone that struggles with eating enough throughout the day or eating breakfast or getting your meals in, let me put you on to something. It's something that I used to use early on in my fitness journey, and it's something that I'm using right now. It's called intermittent fasting. And I know some of you guys, especially if you've been on your fitness journey for a minute, have heard about it and have probably tried it. But for those of you who don't know what the fuck it is, it's like a shortcut. And I don't want to say shortcut because I don't want to increase your expectations, but it is a bit of a shortcut. And I've been using this one app called Fastic to kind of track mine. So a lot of people don't know what intermittent fasting is, but it is extremely simple, brother. It is just splitting your day up during periods where you eat and periods when you don't eat. The beautiful thing about intermittent fasting is that you don't have to diet. You don't have to cut out certain food groups to make it work for you. That means you get to keep your carbs. I'm carb friendly. And you don't need to feel like you have to restrict your life, especially if you're someone that already struggles to eat breakfast in the morning. It might be super beneficial for you to just kind of start intermittent fasting so that you can kind of kill a couple birds with one stone and not feel bad about yourself. It's also gonna help increase your metabolism, and it's gonna help burn your body fat reserve. Now, once you get the app, according to your weight, your height, and your age, you will get a personalized fasting and meal plan. I'm doing the 16-8. There's other methods, and it'll just kind of shoot one out that works best for your schedule. And they also have an option to do a meal plan. The app itself is going to remind you of when it's time to eat and when it's time to fast. You know, just shoot your little buzz reminder, a little zzz, you know, hey, don't forget to fondle your mouth with food. Just, hey, it's time to stop. You did a lot. It's time to relax. And if you are someone that needs some meal prep inspiration, they have like 400 freaking recipes on the app. It's actually pretty extensive. I'm probably gonna use a couple. My steak salad is getting a bit old for me. Now, I have a link in my description, and there's a web quiz that's attached to it. And that web quiz is what's gonna help the app make your personalized meal plan. So yeah. Now, I just wanted to take a little break, a little intermission per se, so that we can all take a moment to appreciate my glutes in these shorts. These are navigation, and they're gonna make your butt look ridiculous, redonkulous. Even if you're not feeling like you're having a good butt day, this is gonna make you feel better about yourself. And then my top are from My Protein. I've been into that long top look. That came out kind of weird. And then my shoes. I'm wearing my New Balances. I actually got these shoes from a vendor. I'm pretty sure like these are like stupid expensive right now and like sold out everywhere. And if they're not, like they're not sold out here because I got them from here, and I'm gonna go ahead and link him down below. But they're super comfortable. I have no clue if these are like real or fake. I don't know. And I don't give a fuck. I don't live in an area where people call you out and stuff like that. When it comes to our first gym tip, everyone always wants to be like, oh, I need to work out 5 days a week. I need to work out 7 days a week. I need to do so much cardio. I need to do this, and that. Bullshit, don't listen to them. You can make an extreme amount of changes by increasing your need. What I'm really saying is increasing our physical activity. The difference between exercise and physical activity is that one is planned. Now, increasing your physical activity, like parking further away and getting more steps in, going on those hot girl walks, it is a really easy and simple way to burn a shit ton more calories throughout the day. Increasing just like you getting up and down, you being more active at work, you being more willing to walk around on campus and stuff like that. That is going to help out your fitness journey way more than you sitting there forcing yourself trying to go to the gym 5, 6, 7 days a week and not being consistent with it. Plus, it's going to reinforce that healthy mindset that we are trying to have. Oh, well, like, you know, I'm someone that takes the stairs instead of the elevator. Yes, you might be pompous, but who gives a fuck what people think? This is about you and your journey. Before you start trying to increase your exercise, start with increasing your physical activity and see just how much your body can change and just how much your mental health can change from that. Tip number 2 in section 2, brother, we are going to talk about the order of our exercises. We see people do squats and we see people do deadlifts or like a little lunge here and there. All right, but does the matter order? Fuck yes. Yes, it matters. And for you guys, when you're planning your exercises, you want to start with your compound lifts first. And by compounds, I'm talking about your squats, your deadlifts, your bench press, stuff like that, because it's going to use more than one muscle group at a time, and it's going to take a lot of energy. And you want a majority of your energy for those those main lifts. Now, when it comes to equipment, you wanna start with free weight and then you wanna transition into machines. And that is because of your stabilizer muscles. It's gonna be harder. That's why like doing a squat on a Smith machine is gonna feel a lot different than doing a squat on just a barbell. You're gonna get a lot more bang for your buck by starting with those. Now, if you're someone who doesn't know how to program, don't worry, I got you. I have a 6-week program that I'm gonna link down below that is amazing. It already has the order properly put in there and it's still on sale to the end of the summer until it's gone. Now, if you have already done my program, first off, thank you so much. Let me give you a big fat kiss. I also have an app with my best friend that has 3 separate programs on there. So there's one for my girlies that like to do at-home workouts, there's a 3-day program, and then there's a 5-day glute building program. Tip number 3, stop wearing a fucking belt. Stop wearing a belt. This is hurting you. The only reason why you should be wearing a belt to the gym, 1, your doctor told you to, and 2, if you were trying to complete a maximal lift. But if you're just casually having this bitch on, you look stupid. Sorry. I don't make the rules, okay? I'm just the messenger, don't be mad at me. Wearing a belt when you don't need to is only going to weaken your abdominal muscles and your back muscles over time. I'm not trying to be a prick, but a majority of you guys, you shouldn't even be lifting that heavy to need a belt, okay? Unless you're competing, you're a power lifter, an Olympic lifter, just push the ego aside. We just wanna be healthy, cute, and fit. All right, that's it. Healthy, cute, and fit. Now listen, tip number 4, you guys aren't gonna fuck with me when I say this one. Reps don't matter, reps don't matter, sorry. What really matters is how close to failure you're training, all right? You're gonna see a shit ton more results with that than you are by trying to be like, I'm gonna do 3 sets of 10. Once I hit 10, I'm done. No, let me tell you why that's not gonna work. I know a lot of you guys struggle to figure out what weight you need to be at for certain exercises for a certain rep range. Don't stress too much about that. Now, if you want an easy way to figure it out, just go and watch my 9 beginner gym tips. I kind of break down a really easy, simple way for you guys. The best thing that you can do is train closer to failure. And when I say failure, you want to be 1 to 2 reps shy of failure. Once that form starts to break, that is failing. I'm not saying that the weight needs to collapse on top of you. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is that when it no longer looks pretty, you know, like you really shouldn't count that rep, that's when you're done. Okay, that's failing. What a lot of you guys are doing and why you're probably not seeing the results that you want to see is because you were counting a whole bunch of bullshit sets. And by bullshit sets, I mean, let's say we're doing 3 sets of 10. Let's say we're doing a sumo squat for 50 pounds. And we probably could have done like 20 reps with 50 pounds, or we probably could have went up 20 pounds and then hit that 10 pound where it was really difficult. All of those sets prior, those 3 sets of 10, bullshit, you just burned a couple extra calories, which is great, but that's not the goal. If we are trying to put on lean muscle mass, we need to challenge our muscles. And if you're not doing that and you're counting these bullshit sets into your workout, babe, stop wasting your time. Stop wasting your time. Sorry. Don't be mad. Don't be mad. This final tip that I have for you guys is actually inspired by a video that I saw from M. I'm gonna tag her stuff below. If you have questions and stuff about glutes, she's great at them. I feel like everyone thinks that the only way to progress in the gym is with weight. And fun fact for you silly stinky booty, there's a whole bunch of ways. There's a whole bunch of ways that you can progress in an exercise without having to up the weight. The weight should be the last thing that you do. Open your ears. You can increase the amount of reps that you do at that weight. You can increase the amount of sets that you do at that weight. You can change the tempo. Hey, maybe, you know, when you're doing your bicep curl, you go down real fucking slower. That's gonna make it 10 times more challenging. Another thing to do is decrease your rest period. All of that stuff is going to make it more difficult without having to increase the weight. So if you're someone that's not comfortable with going up in weight, those other methods that I just brought up are a beautiful way to do that, where you can still see the progress that you wanna see and still get the gains that you wanna get. Still get the gains that you wanna get. All right, let's go fondle our muscles.
Si tus amigos no me quieren, entonces amor, ¿para qué llamas? Es que te gusta que te celen, o ese cuerpito tiene ganas. Aquí hay niveles de niveles, pero quien mide se llama. Yeah, si no te lo hacen como se ve, llámame a las 3 de la mañana. Yeah. Se le vio todo perreándome en minifalda. La baby activa y su combo también. Un par de gatas quieren gato, quieren tabla. Me nació y tú y yo se lo hago también. Me encanta esa minifalda, hay pa' quien te guarda. Sí, entonces pa' que lo tatuajes en la espalda. La más chimba tarda, la más chimba harta. Y lo que es más rico pues se come como tarta. Y loca por la mini, y por el perreíto también. Más feliz que con Cristiano en el panini, pa' que más no sea como retén. Aquí hay niveles de niveles, pero quien mide se llama. Yeah, si no te lo hacen como se ve, llámame a las 3 de la mañana. Ay, se le vio todo perreándome en minifalda. La baby activa y su combo también. Un par de gatas quieren gatos, quieren tala. Me hace ojito y yo se lo hago también.
Muchachita, quédate a mi lado con mi shooter. Ponte a aspirar con la máquina de Hoover.
Sabe que conmigo no hay que tomar ningún Uber.
No, mami, viste el flow duro.
Con toda esta plata quiere que yo...
Now that is all for this week's video, Stinky. Someone commented and they were like, oh, you're losing your touch. Like, you didn't threaten my mom or aunt in the last video. I want you to know, we're gonna get super intimate. Now, if you haven't already, like and subscribe, join the cult. There's never a dull moment here. And we're only gonna get intimate, educated, and fondled.
Un par de gatas quieren gatos, quieren